So today we're going to look at stretching out through the piriformis, which is the muscle here that helps us to externally rotate the femur bone here. So quite often we can get SI joint pain in our lower back if we have unevenness in this particular muscle. So we're going to stretch it out first with pigeon pose. So you're going to bring your right leg forward and your left leg back. So you can bring your right heel closer in towards your hip in order to get your hips nice and easy. And if you're really tight here, you're going to find sitting down really difficult. So grab hold of a block, pop it underneath your hip, just to help you get a little bit more stable. If you're more open, you obviously don't need the block and you can come on down. The more you bring your leg out parallel to the front of your mat here, the more you're going to get it into your hip. So that makes it a little bit deeper for those who are a little bit more open. As you come down, you can just fold over. You can let your hands relax. You can put your head down onto the block. If you want to take it a little deeper here, you can also bring your opposite elbow, so left elbow across and bring your palms together and then twist yourself around. Just always making sure here that your hips are nice and even at the back, so you're not letting yourself roll from one side to the other, and the right knee is outside the right hip. So you can press your hands and spin your chest, or just stay in one of the other variations to begin with. So you want to stay here for quite a few breaths, so depending on how long you have, but let's just say 5 full deep breaths, just inhaling and exhaling. Just really feeling the space and the length pulling up through here. So for all of us, we probably will notice that when we go from one side to the other that you'll have a little bit of extra space on one side and the other. So finding out where that is and working on the part that's not quite as flexible will be really good for you, just to try to keep the evenness and not let any pain come into the lower back. So when you're done, just bring yourself all the way out. Good. And then we're just going to let our weight pull over onto the right hip and spin the back leg all the way around. So we're going to come into cow face pose now, another beautiful stretch to stretch out through that space as well. So you've got your right knee facing straight forward, and just go ahead and stack your left leg on top. Once you've got your knees stacked, you want to try to still make sure both your sit bones are pressing down. So stacking your knees. If you can't do this and it's feeling really bad on your knees and your hip is sitting up, you want to just extend the bottom leg out. So it's a more basic variation, but still try to stack your knees. So that's option 1. If you're okay with option 2, then staying there. So trying to line your knees up and mirror both sides of your body so both your legs are even. You can kind of press your feet, just wiggle around a bit, pull down through your sit bones. Feel like someone has their fingers in your hip creases and they're pulling down, then you can lengthen up through your spine. So you can stay here again as an option, or you can let yourself start to fold forward. So again, breathing, thinking about where you're looking for the space. So you should feel it in your left hip here, the piriformis we were talking about, but also you might feel it a bit in your right as well. Keep feeling like someone's thumbs are in that hip crease there as well. If you want to take a block, you can just take your block forward and rest your head down on the block if that feels okay as well. Let your arms relax, breathing, inhaling, exhaling. So again, staying there for, depending on how long you have, but 5, 10 full breaths, and then you can slowly make your way all the way up. So go ahead and do it on the other side and make sure you find the evenness of the release.